In this lecture, we are going to learn that how we can set up our Windows operating system to run Ubuntu operating system. Now, Ubuntu is a Linux-based distro, and mostly developers and software engineers use Linux-based environments and distros because it's really easier to develop softwares in Linux-based environment as compared to Windows itself. So mostly what people do is they just uninstall their Windows operating system and install Linux operating system as a parent OS for their laptops or computers. But I think it would be much easier if we just installed Ubuntu in our Windows operating system using virtual machines. Now it really makes it easier for us to switch back and forth between Ubuntu and Windows at the same time, because there will be some times when you will prefer using Windows, and there will be some times when you will prefer using Ubuntu. So installing it in virtual machine really makes it easier for us to operate on both of these operating systems together. So let's just go to the screens now and see that how we can install Ubuntu operating system on a Windows operating system using virtual machines. All you have to do is just go to the Google and search for VMware file repo. Another reason why we are preferring using file repo is because if you download VMware Workstation Pro from its official website, then they require you to create an account on their cloud services. So just to prevent that, you can just go here and download it. Don't worry, it's completely safe from file repo. Okay, so just go to this very first link and click on it, and it should take you to the web page from where you can download this VMware Workstation. Just go ahead and click on this download free version, and your downloading should pop up very soon. So what I have done is I have already downloaded this software just to save our time. So I will not download it. I will just cancel it. But in your case, you will just go ahead and hit this in start download if you have IDM installed. Or if you don't have IDM, then this pop-up will show up, and just go ahead and select the directory where you want to save this setup and just click save, and it will start to get download. I will just cancel it because I have already downloaded it. So the next thing that we need is Ubuntu operating system itself. So we'll just go ahead on the Google and we will search for Ubuntu ISO. So we'll click on this very first link. It will take you to the official website of Ubuntu operating system. And from there, you can download it without any difficulty. And just don't worry, just like Windows, you don't have to activate this operating system. It doesn't work like this. So when you will be downloading this operating system, it will be official with all the updates that in the future will come. So yeah. Just go ahead and scroll down a little. Here you will find this Ubuntu 22.4.1 LTS, right? And whatever the version here is in your case, it will depend on when you're watching this video, right? So just go ahead and click on this download button. Again, your downloading should start automatically, and those pop-ups will come up. But again, I will not download them because I have already done it just to save our time, right? But in your case, you will just let it download. And if it doesn't start to get downloaded automatically, all you have to do is just click here, download now button, and your downloading will be started. Now in my case, this pop-up just came automatically, so I'll just go ahead and cancel it because I just mentioned that I have already downloaded this operating system in my laptop. So I'll just go ahead and close this, and I will again close this because I don't need any of those anymore. I'll just open up my computer, and in the D drive I have saved both of these files. This is VMware that you will be downloading, and this is the Ubuntu's ISO file that you will be downloading, right? So let's just go ahead and first of all try to install VMware. I'll just go ahead and double click on this setup, and the installation wizard should come up momentarily. Okay, so here you can see this setup is being processed. And it's really simple to install VMware in your Windows operating system. It's just like any other app that you will install in your Windows machine. And here you can see it's preparing to install. I'll just go ahead and click on next. I'll accept this license. I'll click next. Again, next, 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 all the way to the end and hit install. Again, it's gonna take a few seconds, few minutes. It really depends on the performance of your laptop or your computers. So I'll just fast forward this part so we can save our time. Here you can see that our VMware has been installed successfully. I'll just go ahead and hit this finish button, right? And after that, what we can do is simply just go ahead and start it from our Windows menu. So just search for a workstation and start from there. I'll just go ahead and remove this because this was a previous virtual machine that I was working on. But just for the sake of this video, I will create the virtual machine from scratch. So what you have to do is just click here on this create new virtual machine, and now just click on this option which says install a disk image file. In the brackets it say that ISO. Remember, when we downloaded our Ubuntu operating system, we downloaded ISO file, so that's why. Now just click on this browse button to locate where you saved your ISO file. So I'll just go ahead and click on it, and I will hit enter. And now here just enter your full name, whatever username that you want to give your virtual machine to, and your password. So I'll just simply go ahead and I will write Muhammad Talha because that's my name. For username, let's say I'll just choose Marshmallow. Password, whatever password I will write here. And I mean it's your choice. I mean, well, you can write whatever you want here. Just go ahead and click next. Okay, now here there are two things. First, what do you want to name your virtual machine? When you will create your virtual machine, then here where my cursor is right now, your virtual machine will be listed here with that name. So just write whatever name that you want, and from here you will select the directory where you want to save your virtual machine. So what I have done, I have created a separate drive just for this virtual machine, and it's almost 50 GB. So I'll just select that and click OK. Now the virtual machine that will be created, it will be saved in this separate drive, and I would highly recommend you to do the same. Just create a separate small drive for virtual machine and then save your virtual machines there. I'll just go ahead and click next because I use separate drive of 50 GB. So I'll just give 50 GB to my virtual machine, and I'll just go ahead and click on this option. So all of your files, all of your whatever the configuration that this virtual machine will make, and they will be saved in a single file. Click next, and here you can customize your features, right? So I have 8 GB of RAM in my laptop, right? So what I want to do is just give this much RAM, 3568 MBs of RAM to my virtual machine. So I'll just click that. You can increase or decrease according to your requirements. My laptop has 4 cores, so I will give 2 cores to the virtual machine. So yeah, let's just go ahead and close this and then hit finish. And just like that, your virtual machine has been installed and has been created, right? But wait, we yet have to install Ubuntu operating system in this virtual machine. At this point, we only have created a virtual machine, but now we will create our Ubuntu inside that virtual machine. So let's just go ahead and hit OK. So of course it's gonna take some time to configure things, and let's just go ahead and maximize this so we can see the screen clearly. I'll just close this and I will go to the full screen, and here you can see you can see your Ubuntu system on full screen here. So your Ubuntu is starting to get processed. This is almost like a welcome window or welcome page, like when you log into your Windows operating system, right? So it's just like that. Okay, so here you can see that your wizard for installing Ubuntu has been started. Just go ahead and select whatever language that you will prefer. In my case, I will prefer English and US. And I'll just click continue. Leave these options just like this. You don't have to change them. Click continue. And now from now on, each step, it will take a couple of minutes, maybe a couple of seconds just to configure things, right? So I'll keep skipping the waiting part just to make this video shorter. Okay, moving on to this next step. Here you can see we have these two options, that erase disk and install Ubuntu, and we have something else. You don't have to do anything else, just go ahead and click on install now. Okay, so here it will create multiple partitions based on its own requirements. And the reason why I created a separate drive in my Windows operating system, because I did not want this virtual machine to mess with my parent operating system, which was Windows, right? So this way you can prevent any confusion. It might be possible that at this step, when if you haven't created a separate drive or separate space or separate directory for this operating system, that it may also remove some files from your Windows operating system that can cause that operating system to crash, right? So just to keep things simple, I created that drive, and I highly recommend that you do the same. So at this stage, if you're confused what that is, you don't have to worry about it. Just go ahead and hit continue. And now it will begin to install your Ubuntu system in that drive that you selected while creating the virtual machine, right? So I'll just make it fast forward to save our time, and then we'll see that what we have to do next after this installation has been completed. Okay, at this step you will have to select your location, because according to that, your time zone, your update schedule, everything will be decided, right? So what you can do is just select your city or your capital or whatever location you are in right now. So in my case, I am in Islamabad, Pakistan, so I'll just go ahead and type that. Now let's just go ahead and hit continue, and again your rest of the progress will be continued. Here you will just write your name, whatever you want to write here. This name will come up when you will try to log in your Ubuntu operating system. You can change your computer's name, Marshmallow. You can write it whatever you want. It's really optional, or it's not a very definite thing. You can write whatever you want. Pick a username, Marshmallow, and then your password, right? So whatever password that you will feel is good for you, and then hit continue. And your rest of the installation or your configuration for your operating system will be continued just like that. So as you can see that Ubuntu has been installed successfully, and our VMware is asking us to restart the system just to configure things. So let's just click on this restart now and wait for Ubuntu to be loaded again. Okay, so as you can see that our Ubuntu has been loaded. Now all you have to do is just log in to your operating system, click on it, and write the password. Remember when the password which you set during the installation of Ubuntu, that password you have to enter here. So let's just go ahead and hit enter, and you will be logged into your Ubuntu operating system. Okay, so we have this Ubuntu installed in our Windows machine with the help of VMware. So let's just quit this. I'll close this. Okay, so here you can see we have the display of this machine is very small. I mean, you cannot do anything with this display, right? So all you have to do is just hit your Windows button and type for settings, right? Go to settings and here search for display, right? So here just click on the resolution and select the appropriate resolution that that will be good for your screen. My laptop supports HD, so I'll just go ahead and select this one, 1920 by 1080p. So I'll just apply this, and you can see that now Ubuntu, the display of this operating system is scaled to my to the display of my laptop, right? So that's how you can deal with this display problem as well. So now you have installed your Ubuntu in your Windows machine with the help of VMware. In the coming lectures, we will get familiar with Ubuntu itself and how we can use it to perform different tasks.